Welcome to Great Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD has released their next major update for the Radeon software. Here is the new AMD Radeon Adrenalin 2021 software. This is version 21.4.1, and this is their new major version for 2021. Now, go through and install. A couple of things have changed in the install. If you click on Advanced, you can do a full install, a minimum install, or a driver install. Basically, full install includes, your streaming stuff, your performance tweaking, all those goodies. Then your minimal just includes the minimal stuff for the AMD software, and then you can go through and install just the driver. I also then here, as you go to this next image, that'll overlay on top of this, it is going to have just the options when you do a clean install, which I did do, of keeping your old settings, which I wanted to do. So I did keep my old settings, and that's how I got to this point. So now this is a full install, as you saw in the install, and you can see going through here, this is the home tab. My last play game has to be Adventure Resolve, which it's not really a game, it's more me editing videos. The only game on here out of the top 3 games is Counter-Strike, and I think that's been a while. You can see the version up here, your drivers, you can actually check for updates here. You have, your AMD link status, which AMD did a lot of improvements in, it looks like here. And going through, you have your upgrade advisor, your tutorials, media capture, and your last played. So this is kind of where AMD went for that, and made their bones on getting this up to date. They also kind of did a little bit with UI, made it easier to go between settings and stuff. As you see here, if you're looking for global settings, if you click on this, it'll actually take you up to your settings over here. So that was a nice thing that AMD did. As you see, I only have, well, it says 8 games installed, but 2 of those are not games. One is me editing videos, and the other one's me web browsing. But you can sort the games by name, play total, average SPS. You can do list view or grid view, and then you can scan for your games, which we'll just do live here. And as we're scanning for games, you can see here, I hope that they did improve the add games, and there were some games in my last video that people kept asking, how do you add them? I just didn't know how to do it. I'm hoping AMD kind of fixed that, because there's add a game, scan for games, and then hide game stats. So you can actually hide all your game stats, your play total, your FPS. I feel like that's kind of a nice, the FPS to see, what the data is when I come back in here and check it out. Now, there is also here the compatibility side, and this compatibility side basically shows you how compatible your graphics is. And of course, I have a Vega, and with these games that are installed, which are not really performance bound and really, make my computer cry underneath of them, with a Vega and 1950X, they all pass. Now, if you clicked on the 5900, that's okay. I don't get why this one says not available, or the 6900X, but the 6800 XT is fine. So, I'm sure there's still some bugs in here that AMD is going to need to work out. In fact, I'll post a link below from AMD's release notes, so you can look through them and see kind of what's all new, and what's been fixed, and what some known issues are. There are some known issues here. Now, we'll jump over to record and stream, and I'll be careful here because this knocked out my mic the last time I've recorded this video, and so this is the second time I've done it. There is a wizard the first time you start this up, and the wizard is here. We'll see here if this screws anything up, but you can do record or live stream. Get started, and let's do live stream this time. Last time I did record. Here's your microphone levels, here's your camera. You click next, you can choose your service, you can even do custom stream, custom URL, you can do your quality, recording desktop, and you're all finished. So this is, it goes to record, I'm actually surprised. Now, if I when I went, I tried it the other way the last time I went through the video. That cut out the sound halfway through the video, and this it went to record. Now, if I did the wizard of live stream, I would expect it to go to the live stream one. So you can see they're very similar. Like one has go live. You can select your account of custom stream. You can enter in your URL results. You can show if you want to do active window your display. So now it allows you to do multiple displays. So AMD improved that. I will probably go through and do just a video going through the record and stream again. There is no chat currently because I'm not set up for anything. There's a record, and this is push to talk, show indicator, record desktop. So very similar between the two, which is great. AMD's making it simpler. Then you have your scene record, and you can kind of see here you have your chat overlay, your camera, and your indicator. So indicator's there. This camera is right here. This chat overlay is right up here. So you can move them around. I don't like how they come up as little red dots, but this is default. You can create new ones, you can delete them. And then you have your media right here as well. Then we can jump into the performance side stuff. And this is where you can really start editing. And you can see less metrics, additional metrics. And I had these all closed before, now they're expanded. You can track stuff and log everything here from your RAM utilization, your CPU, your VRAM, GPU. Whoops. I turned that off by accident. Your FPS. So this is and it does a sampling interval of 2 seconds by default. You can change that all the way down to a quarter of a second, all the way up to 5 seconds. That's pretty cool. And can you enter in a number here? Yes, you can even enter in a number. So they gave you a lot of different tunings here. You can do a list view of this, or you can do a grid view, and you can reset the performance metric tuning. You even have an overlay, and you can show the overlay. The overlay has not only just everything list, but you can even go through, and I'm hoping that this shows up on screen. I'm recording just this driver here, but it does even put a graph in. So if you don't want to like instantly see and you're in a loading screen, you can actually then go back over here and see a graph of how things are performing. You also have your tuning here, so you can go in. You can launch, rise, or master rate from here, add a game profile, and this is all your global tuning. So you got manual, you got presets here, so manual selected. It's not doing anything. I don't know what manual selected. Probably that's where I ended off last time. You can even do a preset, a power saving, balance, or turbo, automatic, and you can go default here, undervolt, overclock, and GPU. And now this is my Vegas 64, which maybe is why it has. I don't know if you'll see all of these either. It'll be interesting to see. You leave a comment below if you see something different and what you see and what graphics card it is as well. One thing I should mention here is, right before I keep going into some of the performance stuff, is the record and stream. I do not know if this works on my an APU yet, something with 2 gigs of VRAM or less. I will be trying that out on my 3400G, hopefully later today, if not sometime this weekend, I hope. And the weather's going to get nice here, so hopefully I can get back outside and do some yard work there. But I just wanted to point that out. I don't know what is enabled and disabled on everything else. I'm using this on a discrete graphics card at this time. There is a stress test, which I could press this, but I'm not going to, because who knows if it's going to crash my system and then I'll have to record this video over again. And I don't feel like doing that right now. But you can also save or load your profile, and then save your profile, and also reset. So if you want to tune it up and you have good tuning of it, you can save that down and then not have to worry about losing all your settings that you spend so long to get to a good state. Now they have advisors here. I really still don't get advisors that much, right? It has game compatibility, then advisors. It's just some preset settings. As you see, I've selected gaming here, and upgrade advisor says 0 games will benefit from a hardware upgrade, which is probably true. All the games I have installed, nothing would benefit. Now, There are some games I own that probably would benefit from a upgrade, but I will not be doing that at this time. So you do have gaming, esports, power savings, and standard. If you're having a problem, I would go back to standard with one of the drivers, if you know, and work your way up and tweak from there. If it's fine, you know, in one of these presets, then I usually start tweaking from one of the presets. Now they have a search, and then they have the browser here. This goes to AMD. That's fine there. They have vote on features. Let's load this up. Let's go to English. I think, let's see, what do I want to vote on? These actually look like they might be part of the current setup. I did read on WCCF Tech that they have improved Radeon Boost for DX12 games with variable resolution. So that is, if you want to try that out, you can be able to maybe see a benefit there. I do not have any notifications. There is settings as well here, and as you can see, check for updates. I'm the latest up to date. You can go through more details of your GPU or driver, and then of GPU over here. And then if you go down, you can see your preferred software versions that you want to download. I'm on optional, and you can go to recommended only. You can check for updates automatic. You can snap your snap settings. Allows you to import a snapshot of all your current settings in the Radeon software. Factory reset games, and then the bug reporting tool. One thing is the bug reporting tool. You can launch it here. You can also launch it up in the corner here as well. Let me turn off that. So up in the corner here it says launch bug report tool. Definitely click on that. We'll see if it shows up here, but follow through that. Send in reports if you have any issues or you need something from AMD to fix or improve upon. I think that that's a great way to get developers to really know what is bothering people, because if you don't do it, it's really hard to go through and fix something. As a developer myself, if you just say something, oh yeah, this is good, and I got one data point, you know, I gotta calculate time to be able to put into this effort. But if a lot of people do it, it not only creates a more streamlined of, okay, here's where I can get better process of this is exactly where it is the error's happening, and then you can actually go through and show, okay, many people want this feature, let's start on it. So let's jump over to the graphics side here. We got graphics, and you have your kind of like the Radeon stuff up on top, and then if you can even go into advanced, and advanced has your like frame rate targeting control, anti-aliasing, all the fun stuff, OpenGL, 10 pixels, everything. So that's pretty cool that AMD has that. Now this is set to gaming. These are all the defaults for gaming. Like I did mention, Radeon Boost, depending upon your movement, and DX12 now it's got a bigger algorithm to adjust, so you're playing and keeping it smooth. Some of these things I do want to try out to see if I can notice a difference, especially in newer AAA titles, but I don't have all the newest AAA title stuff out there. So we will jump into display here. And display is just what I got. I got a Samsung 28-inch 4K monitor, and there's my specs of it. You can see here it's got a FreeSync range of 40 to 60 Hertz reported by the display. You can have overrides and custom resolutions. I will not try the custom resolution this time. Last time I did, I had to blow away the whole install of Radeon Software and re-get it. There was no easy way to delete the custom resolution, so I'm trying to avoid that right now. I don't want to go in that road. You even have game color too. Let's see. Oh, that just takes you to games. By the way, there's a go back button, which actually takes you back. You can arrange displays and desktop color. Arrange displays, where does that take you? To Windows, which you might not have saw because that was a different window. But we can go into video, and I just have a default here. You can turn on demo mode, different things here, home video, custom, allows you to set all this stuff, video sharpness, AMD steady video, fluid motion, all that fun stuff. I'll just keep it on default for right now. we have the hotkeys. And so over here is this little thing that says sidebar. That sidebar, if you use Alt Z, will open up just a little sidebar while you're playing a game. I think that that's a great little feature that AMD has. I've used it multitude of times to adjust a little setting here in the AMD settings while I'm going through and playing a game without having to have the whole full screen UI open. So that's just something to keep in mind. But here's where you can change all your hotkeys. Here's your accounts for your streaming. So they got, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Devices, as you can see, I got my phone connected. You can link a device and you can link a game. Downside to this is that AMD only has it for computers that, for phones, and then, tablets, Apple, iOS, and then Android. Problem is that's only available right now with computers that have an AMD graphics on them, which is a downside because I would really enjoy to use it on my Surface to play games from this desktop, which is more powerful than my Surface. So I did connect my phone. I do plan on trying to link a game here in a little bit just to be able to try to do it. I just don't know what the computer to do it to right now. Actually, it would also be fun to kind of have this on a console, because I could play here and then play on my Xbox One X upstairs as well for games that I don't have on the Xbox. Huh. Come on, AMD, let's make that happen. But let's see, open AMD link for Windows. Maybe this will be a thing that I do in another time, so that we can move on with this. You have here in the recording, all your recording settings, and you have your microphone, audio, video, resolution, bit rate, frame rates, where your media is saving, etc. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Your microphones. Yep. Your metrics of how often you want to sample them, show the metric overlay or not. If you show it, you can show it in your stream, or you don't have to. And then you can also log and where the logging is going. And then your preferences. Steam VR, of course, is not installed. One thing I do want to point out here is you can turn off your advertisements in the AMD software. It does not come like this. I have already turned it off. But if you don't want ads in your software, there you go. I wish that they would turn off by default and then you have to enable them. But for some reason, everything is opt out these days and not opt in. You can even turn off your upgrade advisor, which I might do. I don't really need that. System menu tray, always on top, sidebar position, animation effects, and then your user experience program, which you can leave out of. I am in it right now. I want to see what AMD collects. I'm hoping that this would actually improve AMD software, but only time will tell. So just going through again and just going back here, we'll see here we got the Radeon Software 2021 edition out. I'm going to be calling it that. I know AMD calls it the Radeon Software Adrenaline 2021 edition, unless you're in the release notes and they call it the 2020 edition again from last year, but somebody missed that. Overall, they did do a lot of improvements in this driver. From Crash Defender, is supposed to help preserve data on your system running when some crashes, where your system may have otherwise experienced a crash or a bug or hang. So hopefully have that recovery a little bit better. Better affinity support for mobile processors, the 4000 to 5000 series. You have the Microsoft Play Ready AV1 decode support, so that's in there. AMD starting to put a lot more effort, it seems to be, in here. Now, we don't have a DLSS competitor in this driver yet. Hopefully that is coming soon from AMD. If you go through some of the other known issues, they have known issues for AMD Link, known issues for just the driver. You will see that they have performance metric incorrectly reports temperatures for the Ryzen 5 1600, so just be known of that. And I think that pretty much sums it up for this driver. I do want to test it out on my 3400G to see if we can get anything there. But I am going to put this through its paces. I know I have a friend that games a lot. Um, hopefully, he's starting to buy parts for a computer, and he's going to let me build it. So hopefully that'll be on the channel maybe later this year. And a good friend of mine, Tom, and I'm sure he'll put this driver through his paces pretty quickly. He loves to play games, so I'm hoping to see what he says about it as well. And I'll be sure to look at doing a record and stream just walkthrough as well. But I wanted to get through a walkthrough this entire driver, see what there was anything new. I don't see any major changes. Maybe the UI is a little bit better. Overall, they've kind of split up some things in the record and stream. Gaming's there. You have some more turn off stuff. I'm really interested in this AMD link, especially if they start coming for anything non-AMD, and you can just download the AMD link on all your devices, even on the Xbox, PS5. That would be some really cool stuff where you can have all your devices play on the Xbox, play on the computer, and just go back and forth. And it doesn't matter where you are, you get to play on either your Xbox or your computer or whatever else, whatever game you want to play, wherever you bought it. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Gray Low Overload and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. You guys are great for this channel and helping out. And until next time, God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.